Hello my little ribbons, I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yana here with a crafting video. Today I am remaking the cover of my bullet journal. You might have seen me using this altered book for bullet journaling, and this is what it looks like. It is a small little nice size. I've been only using it throughout August, so I haven't made much progress yet, but I thought to make me inspired to go into this book and do my planning, I want to redo the cover. I've got a bunch of beautiful fabrics that I have collected, and I want to use them to create a fabric collage and decorate my bullet journal cover in that way. So let me just quickly walk you through and share what's in this little pile. I've got this beautiful machine embroidered fabric with a pretty floral. I think I want to use that for the front cover. I've got some thicker fabric here which matches the color palette. This one could be nice for the back. I've got little snippets and leftovers of floral fabrics in different designs and patterns. I've got some nice white fabric with a 3D embroidery on top. I don't know if the camera is picking that up okay. And then I've got little fabric swatches. I am envisioning something like that color palette wise for the cover of my bullet journal. And this bullet journal, it is a relatively small book. It's not a true A5 size, so this side is 13 centimeters or approximately 5 inches, and then the bigger side is 20.5 centimeters, which is 8 inches. And I've got a pretty small spine because my plan for this book was to use it from August throughout the months up until December. So I've picked a smaller book, and having that in mind, I've got this piece of tablecloth that I've been saving, and on the back side here I have just marked out how I want to start with my layout. So if you imagine that this side is the front cover, and then on the other side I've left 2 fingers or approximately 3 centimeters of blank space, and then the cover, the back cover goes over here with another 2 fingers of spare space. And then for the spine, it's only 2 centimeters wide, but I've also left some blank space here. So if you can imagine, a collage can go on here for the front cover, a collage can go on here for the back cover, but then the spine will be slightly larger than the original spine, so that when you fold the book, these little strips of the spine collage will show on the front and back covers. I don't know if I'm explaining this well, and my diagram here, it's serving more to confuse me than to help me out, but let's just crack on with it and see how it's coming about, and then we can tweak the methodology as we go along. I have now cut up most of the fabrics that I want to use for the cover, and I'm going to use some fabric glue and start attaching them on my template here. So for this fabric, it's got the machine embroidery on top, but it's also really very thin, and I'm worried that if I put fabric glue all over this piece, it will come through on the other end, it will show, it will not be great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the glue on the embroidered piece only, and then I'm going to put some at the very ends here, because that will be folded over when I attach the collage onto the book cover. And then I'm going to take my time and place all the elements onto my template. Now for the piece that I'm going to use for the spine, I've got this rough edge here that I want to make sure it won't fray up on me too badly. So I'm going to add just a few dots of glue here at the end and fold this bit over so that it's got a nice cleaner looking edge to it. And this is a textured fabric. Because of all the embroidery, the glue won't hold straight away. So I'm going to use a few clips to help me keep this in place while the glue is setting. So basically this is what the collage for the front cover is looking like. Now I'm going to go ahead and pass this through my sewing machine just to extra secure certain areas I do trust the fabric glue, but for example here when I fold the spine, see how this would be sticking out and little bits and pieces will be sticking out, so I don't like that effect. And because this is going to curve around the book, I'm going to go ahead and stitch it in certain places to give it extra strength and also to enhance the visual look of it all. So here is what the cover is looking like, all stitched up. I really hope the camera can pick this. I have added cream color stitching across the edges and where I have glued on elements, but also across the spine I have added this contrast stitching in orange, or this yellow orange kind of color over here and elsewhere on the cover to complement the color palette. I've also got that zigzag accent stitching across there just for a visual interest detail. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some fabric glue in order to attach the cover to the actual book cover. I'm going to use on the front side first, then the spine, then the back side at the end. I feel this is giving me a little bit more control over the process, and that should be a little bit easier to do. So let me have a go at that, and I'll catch you up later when it's all wrapped up to show you what it looks like. Now here is what the book looks like all wrapped up into my fabric cover. I have used some fabric glue to secure the ends of my fabric cover when I folded them over, and you can see a number of clips here that are holding it all in place. And I've let the cover rest like this for about 3 hours now, so it should be nice and adhered, and I'm ready to take the clips out and just check. Yeah, everything seems well attached. Now this is what the inside of the cover looks like, and for me, I don't mind it. It still is pretty. I can see part of the collage that I created on the front cover, and I actually like it. But if you wanted to and you are doing this project at home, you could add a piece of fabric to cover. Actually, you know, I might do that. If I add a little bit of glue, that should be enough to cover this side here, and then I've got another one for the other side. This is what it will look like, which is just fine. So let me go ahead and do that. Just a bit of fabric glue should do. I'm going to put some on the sides and a little bit in the center. This fabric is nice and thick, and I don't expect it to warp from the glue, but some fabrics, especially the thinner ones, they can warp a little bit, and that tends to show most on the lighter areas. This fabric is quite textured, so I'm not expecting any issues. Just let me make sure I've got enough glue on the very edge over here. And then over here at this side. So I'm going to repeat this process on the back side of the front cover now, taking a good amount of glue and then pressing firmly down to make sure it's well adhered. Over here at the front, part I've got a little piece of lace, then a trim running across and along. I love how this piece of the spine is showing over on the front cover. This beautiful machine embroidery and a bit of fabric for an accent. On the back side I've got the same piece of fabric for an accent and then a piece of lace. I didn't entirely glue them down, so this is a little interactive piece. I've got my decorative stitch here, and then the collage, the part of the spine that is showing at the back. I love how well this cover goes with the cover of my junk journal. It's also got a textile cover. It's once again a textile collage. So covers like this, they really inspire me to get into the journal regularly and more often, and that is just the best feeling. So there we have it. Here is the finished bullet journal cover, and thank you so much for tuning in to this one, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!